event was really lovely and very informative, and I got a lot of takeaways, and yeah, I'm hopeful to find love. Thank you, Belinda.
So I came here tonight as a blank canvas, not knowing what to expect. Belinda she enlightened me and showed me that there is something beyond what the norm is that I can achieve. So it's an opportunity to look a little bit more inside myself and see what is out there and see what I have to offer and see what I can attract. So I thank you, Belinda. It was very insightful and I did get a lot out of it. And the painting of the blank canvas starts now.
I've participated with Belinda for about the past 3 years, and tonight was a really intimate experience where we were able to go and just have fun, have a few laughs, and really explore what is holding us back in love. So yeah, highly recommend it.
We've just finished the Brisbane Relationship Bootcamp, how to go from situationship to loving relationship. It was such a great night, an intimate group of people sharing vulnerably what they're dealing with, walking away with tools that they can implement in their life straight away. Now you can come along too. I'm running boot camps nationally, also online. So if you want to get in touch, make sure to find my link wherever it might be, down here, up there, and register so you can learn what these amazing people have just learned this evening. See you there. Mwah.
Hello. Happy Thursday, and thank you so much for being here. I'm Belinda Love, and I'll be taking you through this journey tonight. And you must please excuse me. I do have a bit of a chest infection at the moment, so I sound a bit husky. And I will introduce my lovely personal angel, my virtual assistant, Linnery. She is going to be on the call tonight. So if you have any questions or comments, she will be attending to that. But I also will be responding to any questions or comments along the way. And there is a question time at the end. So let's get straight into it. Hey, it's going to be a fantastic evening. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. How to regain trust and connection after heartbreak. So this is what we will be discussing this evening. All right. So this webinar is for you if you are sick of meeting emotionally unavailable people, getting ghosted after a few chats or dates, you're feeling unhappy and frustrated with the dating world and the dating scene, you're worried that you may be running out of time, feeling like that they only want something casual, that people aren't, making a commitment, and feeling like everyone else is getting chosen over you. Is this you? This is an interactive evening. So if you have any thoughts, comments, I encourage you to please put them in the comment section so that we can talk. This is very interactive. So I really would like for you to do a few things. I need you to be honest and open with yourself. I need you to engage, participate, and play full out. Turn off any distractions. So this is for you. So please turn your mobile on Do Not Disturb and turn off the TV. I want you to be fully invested in this evening, because if you take one thing away from this webinar, it's one step further ahead than you were before getting on this call tonight. And yes, as I said, please ask any questions along the way and also take notes. So if you don't have a notebook out, please get one and get a pen. You'll be taking some notes. So I have a promise. My promise to you is I will offer you the tools to avoid the wrong relationships and finally attract your dream relationship. Wouldn't that be incredible? Is that something that you are here for? You're wanting to stop meeting all the time wasters, stop meeting all the people who are not emotionally available, and you are ready to finally attract your dream relationship. If that's you, comment yes. Because that was me. I was in the same position as you. I have a question. Are you feeling any of these? Are you feeling doubtful and lonely? Are you feeling unworthy and rejected? Or are you feeling anxious or avoidant? I felt doubtful and lonely. I felt unworthy, definitely felt rejected, and I was very anxious about love. I want you to feel, and who wants to feel, excited and empowered, loved and accepted, safe and secure. And loved and accepted not just by a loving partner, but by yourself, because that is truly important. What we will be covering. So I will be discussing with you what causes our heartbreak cycles. Has anyone heard of a heartbreak cycle? Do you know what they are? Why finding a relationship is challenging. It seems really challenging, and it has been, because all of the people you've dated in the past aren't actually showing up to be what you're wanting. The 6 biggest mistakes that all singles make. I made them all. Understanding what is your inner critic telling you. How to attract your dream relationship. And I do have a free gift for those who stick with me until the end as a thank you. Because I do appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And I promise that you will enjoy this. It is not time wasted. You will walk away with actionable steps that you can implement as soon as possible. And you are choosing you tonight. Oh, what does that say? You are choosing your tonight. I'll have to fix that. So you are choosing yourself tonight is what it should be saying. So I want to congratulate you, because we often people please and put it off and, pray and hope that something will happen when it comes to love, but don't actually implement the right tools. So I would like to start off with the self-worth wheel, where if you've got a pen, I'd like you to answer these questions. How this works is I'll share with you some topics around self-worth, and I want you to rate it 1 as in terrible or far from achieving your goals, and 10 fantastic and achieving your goals. Oh, hi, Sophie. It said 8:30, did it? Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. I'm not sure if Lenry is able to make a little note on the event for me, just to let everybody know we're live. And yeah, that would be amazing. That would be incredible. Thank you. Appreciate it. So the self-worth wheel, this is where I want you to start to reflect. I will go over it for Sophie. You just dropped in. Perfect timing, actually. So I want you to write down 1 to 10, 1 being terrible and far from achieving it, and 10 being fantastic, you are currently achieving it, for these following topics. So the first topic is me time. Do you feel like you achieve me time? Is that a 1, as in terrible and never get me time? 5, you do get some me time, but you could do more? Or 10, you absolutely schedule in me time and you make it a priority? And please feel free to comment these in the answers here, because then I can talk with you about them. Excuse me. The next one, I'm going to look at boundary setting. Boundary setting. Do you feel you're really not great at boundary setting? You don't know how to say no. If someone asks you to go somewhere with them, and you say yes when you really want to say no. I prefer to sleep in my PJs and watch a movie. Or are you really great at it? Can you say, no, thank you. I appreciate the offer and the invitation, but I've got plans for this evening, or I'm just doing X, Y, Z. Are you good at it? Are you okay at it? Or are you great at it? Okay, feel free to comment. The next one is self-compassion. Who is compassionate with themselves? Is it like, are you able to really listen to your needs? Do you ignore your needs? Like you're feeling sick, but you go to work like me right now? No. You are able to say no. Like last week, I've been dealing with this for a little bit, and so I did postpone my webinar to this week. Fortunately, I haven't gone better, but I am here because I care about you guys and gals. Self-compassion. Are you a 1, 5, 10, 7? I'd love to hear where you're at. Finances. Self-worth and finances are very linked. You know that if we don't value ourselves, we also align our income to our value. So if you're not feeling worthy of money, you won't be receiving it. So, or if you have a dream to want to achieve more and earn more, but deep down you don't believe that you're going to do that or that you deserve that on a subconscious level, then finances will be struggling. So 1, 5, 10, you can go anywhere in between. Here we go. People pleasing, self-compassion, 5 to 6, but usually being hard. Thank you for your honesty. And there's nothing wrong with these answers. This wheel is in aid of uncovering where we are currently at. Because if it's not obvious to us and we don't make it aware to ourselves, we can't bridge the gap. We'll continue to live and play out this in our lives ongoing. And it also is good news because there are tools here to bridge the gap. So people pleasing. Who's a people pleaser? If you're a people pleaser, please mark 1. If you're good, hey Drewby, if you're good at saying no when you want to say yes, it's different to boundary setting. So boundary setting is more, in relationships when they are crossing your own boundaries. Like, they don't text you for 3 days and you say to them, look, I really would like to hear from you more than just 3 days at a time. And then they go, sure, I'll do that. And then they cross that boundary again and continue to do it. And then you keep allowing it. People pleasing is more when you want to say no, but you keep saying yes. I did confuse that at the beginning. My apologies. My brain is a little slow this evening with my illness. All right, inner critic. Your inner critic, how is that playing out for you at the moment? Are you picking on yourself? Like, do you look in the mirror and say, I look fat today? I look ugly today. I look old today. I've got wrinkles. I've got dimples. How are you with your inner critic? If you are, always picking on yourself, give yourself a 1. And if you're really good at managing your inner critic, managing her, put a 10. I'm glad, Drewby. Why do you think you're getting better? It's great feedback. Inner cheerleader. When you have an inner critic come out, do you tell your inner critic, hey, shut up. I'm really quite fantastic. I'm beautiful. Or do you not, and are you not grateful of what you've achieved? You don't look back and go, wow, I did that. I'm really great at doing this. I'm capable. I'm incredible. When something goes wrong, when a plan that you've had put in place didn't go exactly how you planned, are you grateful for what you achieved, or do you just crap on yourself for the fact that you didn't achieve exactly what you wanted? Self-love. Do you love yourself? Do you appreciate yourself? Do you have gratitude for your body, for what your body does for you every single day on this planet? I'm going to give myself some love and gratitude for allowing me to be here to serve tonight. Are you grateful for yourself? Or do you sabotage yourself? Physical health. Do you take care of your physical health? Or are you avoiding it? Are you eating emotionally? Emotional awareness. When you are triggered, are you aware of why you've been triggered? Or are you just triggered and think that that person has hurt you, which they have? But triggers and emotional awareness comes from our imprint phases, which I will talk about tonight. You look after me as well, honey. Incredibly. Cooked me dinner tonight, made my breakfast, got me a chai. Even when you were running late. See, this is the kind of man you can manifest into your life. Yeah, I know you mean physically. Let's get physical, physical. Relationships, and that's what we're all here for, right? How are you in relationships? And I'm talking intimate, but also friends and family, because they all yes. You're funny, babe. Relationships, intimately, how are they? And sometimes, not all sometimes, all the time, our intimate relationships will reflect our friendships as well. Do we maintain, and vice versa, our friendships reflect our intimate relationships? Are you avoidant and just keep superficial friendships? Are you, thanks, Sophie, appreciate that. Sophie's complimenting me, Drew's complimenting himself. No, I love you. That's quite a bit of banter that Drew and I have with each other. Thanks, Sophie. Yeah, I was saying, my apologies, I got distracted thinking about Drew's six-pack. So our friendships can also reflect our intimate relationships, and our family. It all stems from our relationships with family. So how are they for you? 1 or 10? Have you gone, Drew? Have I upset you? Oh, no. Good. There you are. All right, here we go. This is a little bit about me and why I'm a love coach and how I got to where I am. Is my name really Belinda Love? No, it's not. It's stuck because my name is actually Belinda Riger, and nobody can really say that or spell that. So when I was emceeing Sexpo for 3 years, they wanted like the sugar and the spice. So John, who you can see on the screen, was my co-host, and he was John Savage, and I became Belinda Love. So that. Oh, yes, Sophie, he's on Facebook. You're on StreamYard. I did send you the link, babe, on Facebook in your inbox, honey, if you click on that so everyone can see your comments. And so that I became Belinda Love, and it stuck, and that's what I do. So it just made sense to keep going on that way, although I'm thinking about going back to Belinda Riger. What do you think? Give me your feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So this is how I started. I was once, this is me in the middle. Yeah. And I was chubby as a kid. I was bullied. And I was told I was fat and ugly and called fatty boom batty, and beaten up. And so because of being bullied, I decided that cosplay was the way what I love doing, because it meant I could dress up and pretend to be somebody. But actually, let me rephrase that. I could be myself without judgment, because I was dressed as somebody else. People thought I was playing a character, but in fact, it was just me being able to play myself with no judgment. So it was, interesting how we cover ourselves up for approval. So then I was in my ex-boyfriend, I walked in on him cheating on me with my best friend, a domestically violent relationship, and then I actually developed a sex addiction to accommodate me wanting to be validated and feel loved. But in fact, it backfired. But all of those things enabled me to do all of these things that I've done. And not only that, these lessons have been that I've learned, and the study that I've done has enabled me to educate the hundreds of people I've educated around finding love. So I went on The Bachelor. I've spoken at many speaker events. I've written my own book, Breaking Down the Breakup, my course, The Love Trust Cycle. I've produced and created my own show and directed Air Your Dirty Laundry. I was MC for Sexpo for 3 years. I have my own podcast. I have an incredible partner who loves the gym, but that's not important as far as the priority. It's a whole package thing. That's just the icing on the cake. I've been on Sunrise. I've interviewed for Red Table Talk, Triple M. I need to add one here. I now have a regular segment on CFM, Studio 10, The Bachelor, The Project. So that has been my journey. So what changed? What took me from this to this? Oh, Sophie, you've got the link. Drew just has he's just on Facebook. I sent Drew the link to his inbox on Facebook, but he's clicked on the Facebook Live. Sorry to confuse. So I tried so hard, online dating, blind and speed dating. I avoided dating. I was abstinent for 18 months. I had one-night stands, friends with benefits, singles events, courses on how to find love, podcasts, read books, went on The Bachelor. I did it all to find love. So I'm well versed. And I really uncovered what the big problem was in that process. And the big problem was going on dates, expecting to find love, finding out they aren't aligned, causing me to feel lonely and disconnected. Who's dealing with that? Is that you? Do you feel like you're dealing with that, Sophie? That you're going on dates, you're expecting to find love, then you find out they're not aligned, and then it causes this chain to go back home and feel like you're lonely and disconnected. Excuse me. I did. And the reason why is the subconscious beliefs. They caused my imprint phases, which has resulted in finding all of the misaligned and toxic people that I dated prior to Drew. And the solution, 5 weeks to radically transform your situationships so you can finally have your dream relationship. Beautiful, Sophie. Yeah, that's where I started. Incredible. So I'm going to share with you, I'm going to reveal the 6 common mistakes, the 6 biggest mistakes that singles are making. Number 1, take notes or screenshot. True, yes. Number 1, stuck in the subconscious fear of the past. Sophie, he said solution was I just needed to find him. Yeah, well, you should have turned up faster, mate. What are we doing? Stuck in the subconscious fear of the past. Number 2, asking friends and family for advice. Did you know that that's a mistake? Asking your friends and family for advice. I'll tell you why in a moment. 3, blaming your dates and not understanding the mirror effect. Who's heard of the mirror effect? Comment yes or no. Number 4, not knowing your love block or blocks, plural. Do you know what your love block is? Number 5, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And 6, feeling anxious or avoidant, meaning you'll attract anxious or avoidant partners. So they're the 6 common mistakes. And once we uncover what yours is, you might be doing one, you might be doing them all. We can move forward. We can progress to the next level of love. The love levels. No, you don't know what the mirror effect is. I'm going to express tonight what that is. Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you tonight about snippets of my course, The Love Trust Cycle. I'm taking out some highlighted topics so that I can gift you some tools to walk away with tonight. And I do give you permission to screenshot, so please screenshot, please take notes. I want you to feel empowered after this. So the first pillar is healing the hurt and conquering the heart. And I'm going to talk to you about some information in there. And this is the heartbreak cycle. And why is it so important? People think time heals all wounds. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I wish it did. But you can actually fast track it, because they say half the amount of time you're with someone it takes you to heal from them, if you wait, it doesn't. You get over them, but it doesn't heal the trauma or the pain or the heartbreak. You move forward, but you haven't actually done the inner work, which is what the heartbreak cycle is. So we're born in love. We're born in a family of love, yeah? Excuse me. And then we have our first heartbreak or imprint phase. And then we leave that relationship, we feel empty, and we just mend it. So this is time. Time just mends it. But we can't actually get here again because we haven't removed this block, your love block. We haven't healed the trauma that has happened way back over here, leaving you feeling empty. Then we try and heal it, waiting. And this is why we continue to attract the same cycle over and over again, because we haven't done the actual work. But nobody's told you. Nobody's taught you. You just, read a book, or you go out and meet another person, or you drink alcohol, or you eat chocolate, or you watch Sex and the City on repeat. That's what sounds like my breakup journey. But what is an imprint phase? So this is where they're created, and they are a situation that's happened to you, which has created your internal reality, which in turn impacts your external circumstances. I will go over an example for you, but these were mine, and they happen at around these ages: 5 to 7, 11 to 13, 16 to 18, 18 to 21. And these were mine. So my parents divorced when I was 6. I was bullied in school up to the age of 13. My boyfriend disappeared. My first boyfriend disappeared after 2 years. And I was raped when I was 20. Which is interesting, because if you really think about it, this has really deeply shaped me and who I am. This shaped my belief about relationships. This shaped about me and my self-worth. This shaped me, believing, once again, it's affirming my worth. And this created my addiction. So it's and because I had no tools here. Nobody knew. My parents didn't know. That's not that, So you just live life. And so this was my first imprint phase. This is actually my mum and dad. My dad is sadly not with us anymore. Sending you love, my dad, and my mum here. She looks like Charlie's Angel there. And she's alive still, which is amazing. And this is how it played out. And I want you to take notes. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate that. But I'm also really grateful because it's it shaped me in who I am and what I can do, and what I do do. Anyway, here we go. The event was divorce. I want you to write this down. What was your first event that you can remember? My meaning that I made of it was that I was unlovable and men were unreliable. So I made it mean I was unlovable and men were unreliable. And there's actually a positive as well to that. And thanks, babe. Do you want to say hi to everyone?
I don't. It's your webinar.
Just quickly.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining and listening to the most amazing woman I've ever met, because she's got so many incredible things to teach.
Thanks, baby.
I hope you enjoy your.
He just brought me a honey lemon drink to help me.
But she's sick, but she's still here for all of you. That's amazing.
Thanks, honey.
Love you.
I love you. You're going to continue to talk about the six pack or.
Do you want me to show it?
Right. Bye. Thanks. So this was the two meanings is I was unlovable and men were unreliable. And the positive spin on this was I needed to understand why relationships break down so that I never experienced that in my life. And interestingly enough, I'm now a love coach working with this. And interestingly enough, the rest of it played out as well. So this causes a pattern. You get triggered and then it causes a pattern and a reaction. And then that's the heartbreak cycle, the breakup cycle. So the first one for me, abandoned love. Thank you, Sophie, honey. It is beautiful. I don't know if I'm showing these. I don't know, Linry, if you're able to click the show button on the comments so that they can show. Apparently they're not showing. So the first one was abandoned love. Let me know if that works, my lovely. The next one was cheated love. I walked in on my ex cheating on me with my best friend. In fact, I thought I had dreamt it. I woke up the next day and I thought I dreamt it, and we stayed together for 6 months. And then, oh, sorry, Linry, I was just saying, if you hover over the comments on the right hand where the comments are, I don't know if you can see it, you can actually click show and show the comments. Maybe we can talk about that. Oh, I see. It comes up here. So I've learned something new about this software tonight. Thank you for persevering with me, everybody. But I just, I see. There we go. That's really beautiful. Now, can you see the comments now, everybody? Let me know. Now when I'm posting them on the thing, yeah. So, yeah, and it wasn't until I had coffee with her and she said, I can't believe you're still friends with me. And I said, what? And I said, why? She said, because of what happened with your boyfriend. I went, what? So it was very interesting. Then the next one, then I had to develop the sex addiction. And then I had the domestically violent relationship. It was really horrific. He was physically and emotionally toxic. So, and that's because I didn't do any of the work leading up to this. And this is exactly what, Renee was going through. Yummy. He makes a good lemon honey tea. Renee also, she didn't see her worth and kept attracting the wrong men. She felt like she would never find love. She felt like she was being used. They would tell her one thing, do another. She started to just avoid love altogether and felt like there was no hope. So her 6 common mistakes were she was stuck in the subconscious fear of attracting the wrong men. So her fear was that she was going to attract the wrong men again, and she didn't want to do that. So she started to hide away. She was asking her friends and family for advice, and our friends and family aren't qualified in this area. And in fact, nobody can really give you advice. You need the right questions and guidance so that you can answer them for yourself. Number 3, blaming all the men and the dating apps. So she was thinking all the men were douchebags, which the ones she was dating were. But that was because of not knowing her love blind spot, her love block. She was feeling unworthy. And because she was feeling unworthy, she was attracting men into her life that proved to her that she is unworthy. And this is the David Hawkins consciousness map of consciousness. And I will be talking about this later on. She only changed who she dated, not her approach. And she was anxious and in turn attract emotionally unavailable men. And after working with me, Renee shared with me that she truly discovered what was in her way, what she wanted in a partner, and how to love herself. And in fact, she found love, and I think she's married now. At the time, she found love, got engaged, and I'm sure she'd be married now. All right. She felt, who's feeling any of this? Doubtful and lonely, unlovable and rejected, anxious and worried. Who's feeling any of those? I did. I felt all of them. I'd like to hear. Just type the word that you're feeling if you feel compelled. To feeling excited and empowered, loved and accepted, safe and secure. And because she couldn't stop the heartbreak cycle on her own. She was constantly butting her head against this block, trying to find love, not knowing what to do. And we literally removed this block for her and we got her to here. Okay, we're getting serious now. We're getting serious. I need you to make a decision. And just comment yes, please. Comment yes. Are you ready to let go of your fears? Stop the heartbreak cycle. Feel excited about love again and find your dream relationship. Are you ready? Are you ready? I've definitely had worries that cause I'm over 30. There's less healthy men left over. Yeah, and that's a genuine concern for women at that age, but it's a concern that is impacting you because I promise you, you only need one. You only need one man, okay? And there is at least one decent man out there. There's one here, and I know there is more. I promise you. So how did we do it? We did it by transforming your imprint phases by rewiring the old pathways. Sounds sci-fi, doesn't it? I couldn't do it on my own either because it took me 10 years to learn and master what I teach. And I don't want anyone else to have to take 10 years. I want to give you the shortcut. I want to give you the tools. And so what happened? I discovered the pattern, but not the solution. I didn't know how to break the pattern on my own. It had already taken me years to achieve the same things. I spent thousands of dollars. I stressed out my family. But why are you still single? What are you doing wrong? And there's nothing wrong. Please don't ever, ever think that. And I attracted the same relationships over and over. So I wanted to break that cycle because I knew if I didn't do something, nothing would happen. Without change, there is no change. I did over the next 7 years self-development courses. I hired my own coach. I studied counseling. I became a life coach, NLP practitioner, sound healer. I lived on a boat and ate 2 meals a day to save money. I was trying to save money to find love. It was so important to me. I read books and listened to podcasts. I attended seminars and webinars. I spent over $90,000. It's probably more now to achieve this. And then the turning point. So after I did all of that, how I became a coach was that I shared with somebody what I'd learned and it changed her life forever. I'll tell you the story. Probably 13 years ago now, I was with my friends at a club. I remember Oxford 152 at Bulimba, and this girl, part of the group, came up and just started talking about how men are douchebags and none of them want commitment, and she's really over it. She's really ready for love, and they were all agreeing with her. And then the conversation ended, and half an hour later she came back. She went away and came back, and she said, "See that guy over there?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Excuse me, I'm going to swear. I'm going to take him home and F his brains out tonight." And I said, "Oh." I said, "Do you really want to do that? I thought you were wanting love." And she said, "Yeah, that's what you got to do, isn't it, to find love?" And I said, "No, that's not in alignment. But, do what makes you happy, but just don't wait for his call." She said, No, I'll hear from him anyway. I wasn't even friends with her on Facebook at the time. But then she found me on Facebook a couple of weeks later and she said, "You were right. I didn't hear from him. And it's really, tragic. What can I do?" And so I guided her. And then 2 months after that, she found love. So, and that was 13 years ago. Imagine what I can do now with all of the extra knowledge and training and studies I've done. And so I realized that accepting help took me further than I could go on my own. that I had already helped transform people's lives. There wasn't one course out there to get these results. There wasn't. And it was so important to me to create a course that could specifically help you and guide you to achieving this without having to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars like I did. The more I shared, the more people asked me if I ran a course. So that's why I created one. And I have helped many singles, hundreds of singles and couples ever since. So that's me. I broke the cycle. I found the love of my life. Well, I found the love for myself first. That's really important, self-love. That term gets thrown around so lightly. Thanks, honey. You know, it's interesting, Sophie, because I used to, I'll just pop that comment up so people will understand what I'm talking about. I used to shy away from sharing about what I have been able to achieve, help people achieve. I don't achieve it for them. They achieve it for themselves. I guide them with the right tools. And I used to shy away from that because I thought it was boasting or egotistical but then I thought it's also being stingy, because if I don't share what I can do, nobody can get the results that they need. And now I'm just confident in sharing with no judgment for myself or fear of judgment from others, because I'll share with you my Nutella theory soon and you'll understand why. Because those who love me will, and those who won't. Anyway, thank you for the comment. Thank you, Drew, for the comment. It's really amazing. All right. Oh, yeah, and I found the man of my dreams. I transformed lives. I no longer attracted toxic people, and there he is, the man of my dreams. So it's all doable, and it wasn't just doable for me. It's doable for many others. So I wanted to help. So if I can share what I learned, when the people won't have to go through what I have, they will be able to break free of the past, finally see their worth, and attract what they truly deserve. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little exercise with you. Enough about me, you know, my knowledge and all of those things. So hopefully you're trusting me now and you can see what I've been able to achieve. Pardon me. Oh, yeah, I'm going to share that. If I don't share what I can do, no one will get the results that they need. Exactly. What are your fears telling you right now? I need you to acknowledge them. Please, we need to bring them up so we can throw them out. What are your fears telling you? I'd love to hear if you want to write them in the comments, because I'm going to share with you some information. 50% of singles aged 30 to 49 are interested in getting married, and relationships formed online tend to progress faster and are just as strong as those formed organically. So hopefully this is going to reduce your fear because there's good statistics, all right? Especially knowing that you only need to find one. And Shannon was fearful. She was sick of being hurt. She was constantly giving so much of herself into her partner. She was getting nothing back. They were telling her, oh, you know, why don't we go poly? So she never felt, and polyamorous is like date other people. So she never felt like a priority. And she felt lonely in love. So she was in a relationship, situationship really, thinking that she had a partner, and then continuing to repeat this situation. So she would get out of this relationship and find another person who wanted a polyamorous, and it was constant for her. The fear is that there's too much competition out there in the dating world. Yeah, I want to address that, my darling. That is a self-worth thing. And if you're comparing yourself to other people, you're not truly seeing your value and your worth. So I want you to, in the morning, look in the mirror and say, I'm valuable. I'm worthy of love. Okay? Because it doesn't really matter who else is out there. The person that is out there, it will be aligned for you. All right? You don't need to keep your eye on the prize, not the competition. When you're running a race, when you're out the front, you're not looking back behind you to see where everyone is. You're just running until you hit the finish line. It's the same with dating. Don't worry about who's around you and beside you. Just go for the end goal. And the 6 common mistakes that Shannon was doing were the same things, but her fear, the subconscious fear, was not knowing who to trust. And her love block or blind spot was feeling unworthy. And she was anxious, attracting emotionally unstable partners. So everything else is the same, so I won't repeat that. But since working with me, she did my course, and then 3 months later she met a man. They now have a baby, and it's actually been 900 days. I thought I updated that slide. 900 days, and she's incredibly happy. Okay, so if Shannon can do it, anyone can in this world, because she is incredible. Okay, and you are incredible too. And if any of my clients can do it, you can too. Okay, and if I can do it, you can do it. Quote: if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Who resonates with that? Yes, you are, Sophie, my darling. I know you are on a self-love journey. Okay. Who does that resonate with you? Because I've got a slight change. Think what you've always thought. You'll always get what you always think. I need to tweak that slide too. Think what you've always thought. You'll always get what you always think. So if you think everybody else out there is better than you, guess what? You'll never be seen amongst the competition. Thank you, Sophie. Appreciate that. So let's make a decision. Are you ready to make a decision? Rewire these patterns. Are you ready to rewire these patterns? Discover a new approach. Feel excited about love again and find your dream relationship. Are you ready to do this? All right. You may be thinking this. Tell me if you're thinking these things. I'm tired of feeling lonely. I'm tired of going on time-wasting dates. I'm over being ghosted. Sick of feeling rejected. I'm running out of time. When will it happen? People only want a one-night stand, not a commitment. Who's feeling like that? I felt like that. I really did. So we're going to go into this pillar now so that we can address these. Embrace self-love. So rediscover you. Embrace self-love, confidence, and authenticity. So I'm going to actually explain. I sounded South African. I'm going to explain. This is the dictionary definition of self-love. It's a misconception. The instinct by which one's actions are directed to the promotion of one's own welfare or well-being, especially in excessive regard for one's own advantage, conceit, vanity, narcissism. That is what a dictionary definition is of self-love. Well, guess what? You can go stick it, because this is the real actual meaning of self-love. Regard for one's own well-being and happiness in order to overflow to live a fulfilled life and serve others better. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sophie. Tired of giving your energy, and it's not even a friendship. Yeah. We'll transform that, okay? I promise. Absolutely. All right, so now we're going to go into these two, your inner cheerleader and your inner critic. If you feel comfortable, I'd love for you to comment what your score was. While you do that, I will share with you my red car, blue car theory. You were mentioning before that they're not even turning into friendships. So I have a question for you. When you go shopping for a red car, what do you see everywhere? You see red cars because it's top of mind. You're thinking about it, you're wanting to buy it, you're excited for it, and you see it everywhere. And that is the same with the people you're dating. You're focusing on all the fears. You're focusing on all the things that you don't want in a partner. And this is why it continues to show up for you. We need to shift that to your blue car. What is it that you want? What is it that you're excited for? What is it that you dream of? Because that's what will show up. But it's not even just a thinking, it's a believing, it's a feeling. And I do teach the head, heart, and gut instinct, the three brains. If your head and heart are not aligned, you'll only ever attract how you feel about something. Excuse me, my nose is running. If you feel like there is no good men out there, if you feel like everyone else is better than you, then guess what? That's going to show up. If you feel like there is an incredible partner ready for you, if you feel like you are ready to fall in love and to trust and to open your heart and that there is an incredible person right around the corner, if you feel it, not just think it, you feel it and you believe it, that's what will show up for you. My laptop's going to die. I'm getting Drew to help me. Oh, is he coming? Did you hear me? My laptop's going to die, babe. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Just got me some tissue. Okay, so how does this work? So I'm going to teach you now the David Hawkins map of consciousness, and it's all frequency. It's not gobbledygook or hogwash or whatever you call it, hoogity poggity. What's the
Higgity piggity.
No, the
Hogwash?
no, when you're a witch and you say hubble bubble toil and trouble. It's not that. It's real. This is real. And basically frequency has an energy, emotion has a frequency. So if you are in scarcity, you are vibrating on shame, guilt, grief, fear, and you're in survival. Thanks, honey. Thank you. You're not in abundance. Abundance is love, joy, peace, enlightenment. That is abundant. So if you are here, and it's so much easier to vibrate in these lower frequencies than it is to uplift into these frequencies because they're higher. But if you were to, and it's like a fingerprint, words have their own fingerprint. So if you say love, have you, the rice exercise, if you put 3 containers of rice and you say love, love, love into one, hate, hate, hate into another, and you just don't even talk to the third one, each 3 rice experiment containers will change based on the words. So the first one is fluffy, healthy when you say love. The second one is like moldy and yucky. And then the last one is just rotten. And so if you are saying these things to yourself, that there's no good men out there, that I'm not worthy of love, you are talking these words into your body every single day, and it is adapting to that. Okay. So without change, there is no change. So if you're sitting here on this side of the bus thinking it's never going to happen, that's your view. If you're on this side of the bus thinking it's going to happen, this is your view. Which view do you want? Do you want the view of repeating the same cycle, or do you want the view of the beautiful relationship? So what is your inner critic telling you? I didn't hear any responses. I'd like to know if anyone wanted to share. Sorry for my nose. So these are the tools Yeah. There is an official map of consciousness, and it's real. And when you know this, it sort of teaches you quickly want to shift into the higher frequency. You want to start to teach yourself how to vibrate in that higher frequency, because it's like and I didn't use this example, when you wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Oh no, I shouldn't be singing about P. Diddy. Sorry. When you wake up in the morning and you kick your toe and then you spill your coffee on your shirt and then you're late for work, it's all because of that frequency that you stepped into when you kicked your toe. This is going to be a crap day. And then guess what? It's a crap day. When you wake up and you're joyful and you look excited into the day, you get dressed, you get to work on time, you get a car park, you might even get a free coffee. Your frequency is like tuning into a radio station. The station you tune into is what actually happens for you. It's so mind-blowing. Once you understand it, you want to constantly shift into that higher frequency. And you can do that through this: reframing, anchoring, journaling, meditation, and timeline therapy. I'm going to give you one tool today around reframing. Reframing for me is one of my most favorite tools. So I'm going to show you a little video. I hope it works. It's not sharing. Hang on. Okay, I'm just getting it open. Here we go. Can you see that? Yep, great. So just watch this close.
An event seen from one point of view gives one impression. Seen from another point of view, it gives quite a different impression. But it's only when you get the whole picture you can fully understand what's going on.
So, what do you think about that? I'd love to hear your thoughts. There was so many different angles, and when you actually see the truth, your perspective changes, which is incredible. Oh, there's Drew down the bottom. Here we go. So this is the past reality mind shift. So how you reframe the past is by acknowledging a situation of the past, understand the story, the feeling or the belief you have been living out, and rewire the story from victim to victor. And yes, so it is, what did you say? You need the full story. Not sure what that means, my darling. What emotions are coming up for you right now? I can do this, but nobody wants a relationship. It's all too hard. I have tried this all before. There are no genuine people out there looking for love. I'm sick of dating and swiping. I'm too old. Nobody wants to date me. There isn't too much competition. Everyone is happy with casual and no commitment. Are any of these resonating for you? I'd like to hear what came up for you. Okay. So what is your challenge? If I could help transform at least this one challenge for you, for peace of mind. Yes. The video, this was Drew's comment. The video is an example that without the full story, you really can't understand what's actually happening. And that's the same. Like we think we know the full story of our love life, but until we actually look at different angles, we can't. We just think the same thing is happening. Like when I say the same thing in that story, it looked like he was getting attacked, robbed, but in fact he was getting rescued. And our brain is always keeping us in survival, fight or flight. And especially when it comes to heartbreak, we're constantly trying to avoid the heartbreak. So we keep ourselves safe by either repeating the same pattern because that's comfortable and safe and we know what that is, or by avoiding it. And that's not really helping us or being beneficial. We need to actually focus it, tackle it head on. Okay. It is hard to let go. It's hard because the fear of rejection or heartbreak is prominent. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone. The belief that it hasn't happened yet is overpowering, thinking it won't happen, thinking that you can do it on your own, believing that it will never happen for you, and you don't have the actual steps to move forward. That is why it's hard. And Anthony thought it was hard as well. He gave up on himself and he gave up on finding love. He thought that he wasn't worthy, didn't really see the magic in himself, and he kept having false starts, and he was very against the dating apps. His common mistakes were the fear of loneliness. So his focus was loneliness. So guess what? He was lonely. He had a blind spot or love block of rejection. He feared rejection. So the fear of rejection stopped him from being rejected. And he was anxious, attracting emotionally unavailable people. I will answer that in a moment, Sophie. Thank you. That's a great question. After working with Anthony, he went online, found love for himself, firstly, and fell in love with somebody in real life, not just on the dating app. Sophie's asked this question. I don't like how we judge on appearances online because people make judgments of who we are without knowing anything. Your thoughts? So I think the thing is online dating is superficial, and it has to be because people are shopping, essentially. You're online shopping for love. And worrying about being judged by people shouldn't be the focus, because regardless of whether we're online or not, we're going to be judged by people all the time. And if you show up as the best version of you and own who you are and love who you are, then the judgment of them won't worry you, because it actually is sort of eliminating the people who are not aligned with you. It's quite positive, even though it feels negative, if that makes sense. You don't want to date somebody who isn't physically attracted to you. But yes, there is that extreme of people being so superficial that they won't even get to know you because of an outfit you wore or your hair, or it's too superficial. But that also is good for you because it's weeding them out. Always consider this as weeding out the time wasters. And I'm going to share with you my Nutella theory in a minute. All right, 4 steps to saying yes to the no, which is rejection. Handling rejection. There is no such thing as rejection. It's a redirection. Do you doubt your own needs when dating and ask your friends and family for validation? I want to ask you that. Or do you feel like Sophie, where you don't like the judgment online and are concerned what people will say or think about you? Here we go. And the Nutella theory will solve this for you, hopefully. Here we go. Answer me this question. How many people do you think on the planet love Nutella? Is it 50%, 100%, 10%? I'm not showing that, Drew. You're giving it away. All right. I thought that 100% of people love Nutella. But then when you think about it, you take into consideration people who can't eat nuts because they're allergic, people who don't support palm oil industries, people who don't like sugar and prefer savory. There's a lot of considerations when thinking about this. Well, Drew and I did the math, and there's 8 billion people worldwide, 365 million kilos sold, and it equates to 4.5% sold globally. 4.5, you were close, babe. 4.5, not 4.3. Drew already knew. He cheated. That's not fair. But I want to ask you a question. Does Nutella change its flavor for anybody else? Like, you go into the shops, there's 5 shelves of Nutella. There's rip-off versions of Nutella, but it never says, oh, look, we better stop supporting the palm oil industries. Oh, we better make a savory version, or we better stop, using nuts because people are allergic and make a chemical version, which it is pretty much chemical, but it's delicious. I love it. No, it doesn't change its flavor for anybody. It stays the same, and it sells like hotcakes. And that is you. You're Nutella. You're delicious and sweet, loved by many and not by all, and that is perfectly okay. We have to stop worrying about all the people that aren't for us and start focusing on the fact that there are many incredible people out there who are for us. Or did you see that, Sophie? Ah, that is how funny. He just means my personality. All right. So did you take anything away from that? You're Nutella. Don't worry about all of the haters, because it's not rejection. It's a redirection. They're not for you. And if you find gratitude in the crosses, the more positives will come into your life. You'll be guided to the right people. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready to go from this to this? Yeah, I love it, Sophie. What do you think would make the biggest impact in your life? What do you think will make the biggest impact in your life? Oh, it's not charging, honey. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened. There we go. It's charging now. Hooray, nearly died. If I could enable you to see your worth, have clarity of mind, remove your limiting beliefs holding you back, improve your relationships with your existing friends and family, give you the confidence to find love, remove your residual heartbreak, allow you to find your dream relationship, and love your imperfections, would that be worth it to you? Would it be? Incredible, Sophie. Yeah. So if you are feeling any of these, I'm going to guide you to feeling these, because this is where you deserve to be. Okay. The next step, this is before I allow questions, is I'm offering a free 15-minute love audit. So if you would like to have a 15-minute love audit where I talk about where you're currently at, where you're going, and I can talk to you about some tips and tools, some quick pieces of advice, just scan that and let me know, and we can book a time in. All right, question time. Do you have any questions? I'm going to stop this and Any questions? Oh my gosh. It's really hot in here. It's getting hot. Is it hot where you are, Soph? No questions. It's cold there, Linry, is it? In Manila. Vanilla Manila. Maybe that's your flavor. All right. Well, if there are no questions, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. I am truly honored that you were here on this call. Thank you so, so much. And I do a live webinar every fortnight. I have been doing this one for a few weeks now, and so I'm going to be changing up the topics and content. Oh, gosh. What did my dating profile bio read? I can't remember. But I am doing, Sophie, send me I do a free dating profile audit, if that's what you would like. I can send you the link and I can do your profile audit for you and help you improve it. But the first thing that I said to Drew was he had a crystal on and he was very handsome and he was an Aries. He is an Aries. And I said to him, spiritual Aries, spiritual Aries, tell me more, because it intrigued me. Gemini and Aries are good together and spirituality is my thing. And I also thought, well, if he's not into star signs, we're not going to be good together. So this will weed him out or draw him in. Yeah. Should I add you to the stage, Drew? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I can see you on the screen there. I can see you. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Oh, there you are. Ready? Here we go.
I also wanted to add that it wasn't just your initial comment. That was obviously intriguing, but it was the mind stimulation, the actual connection that we built. So with Sophie's obviously concern around obviously what the competition is, when she finds the person that's her alignment, her match, there is no other competition. I don't see anyone but you, obviously. So it's a matter of obviously connecting so much more than just a visual.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
But this is what you teach. This is exactly what people can learn from you.
Thank you. Yeah. Wow.
How do I go backstage again?
Oh, I'll take you backstage, baby. All right. Thank you for sharing. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for giving me the chance, baby.
That's okay. Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Yeah. So, all right. Maybe I should get him on a bit more often. All right. Well, thank you for spending this last hour and 15 minutes with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Reach out if you would like that audit, Sophie, or if you would like an audit. Sending you all love. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Actually, maybe it won't be 2 weeks because I'm going away. No, I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, guys. Bye. Love you all. See ya. Bye.